Today we are going to learn about ARMA model. A time series is a data collected over time at a regular intervals. Examples include daily sales, monthly revenue, hourly temperature, or stock prices. The key thing about the time series data is that past values influence future values, and we have different models here. In autoregressive AR model, we use the past values of the same time series. In moving average MA, we use past error instead of past values. ARMA model, it combines both AR, that is autoregressive, and MA, that is moving average. It means it uses past values and also past errors. So ARMA works only when the data is stationary. Now let's start this. First, I'm going to import pandas as PD. I'll make a variable df and then I will read a CSV file, and the CSV file name is daily coffee sales dot CSV. I will pass a parameter parse date. This will make sure that the date column will be extracted as date, and then I'll pass one more parameter day first, and I'll set this as true because in my CSV file or in the date column the first number is a day. That's why I'm passing this as a day first is equal to true. Now let's look at the head, and this is the data frame. We have this date columns, and the sales is nothing but the coffee sales on a daily basis. So this is for data is for one year or 365 days, and I can show you. I will write here df dot shape, so 365 by 2. Now the time series model requires a date time index. This line makes the date column, or this is very important to convert this date column into index. Let's do that. I will write here df dot set underscore index, and then I will pass the date column here, and in place is equal to true. Now before this, if I do this here, df dot index, this is the wrong spelling. Now you don't see anything here, but now let me do this df dot set index, and now if I paste this here, you will see now date is set as index. This is what the time series data needs. And you will see one more thing here. Length is 365. That means we have 1 year of data, 365 days, and the data is on daily basis. Frequency is none. So in time series, you have to define that whether your data is daily, weekly, monthly, or whatever is the day collected, and that can be done using as frequency. So I will write here df dot as frequency. This is an important step, and since this data is collected over a daily basis, so you have to write here d, and then I will assign this result back to our original data frame. You can also look at the summary of this data frame. You can write df.describe, and this will give you the statistics of the data set. For example, there are total 365 data. The mean coffee sale is 135 on a daily basis, and the maximum is 205. And these are some other statistics that you can see about the data set. And now let's plot this time series so that we can see how it fluctuates over a period of 1 year. I will import matplotlib dot pyplot as plt, and then percentage matplotlib inline. Now nobody will matplot. Okay, I made a mistake. It should work now. And now I'll plot this. So I will write here df of sales because I want to plot this sales column, and then I will call this plot function. I'll write the title here. Title is daily coffee sales data, and then the figure size, let's say I'll make this as 10 by 4, and then plt dot show. So this is the time series data for 1 year, how the sales of the coffee is. In the month of January, you can see the sale is quite high. The maximum it is going about 200. And then in the month or here in the month of September or the end of September, the sale was quite low. Even in the month of Feb, the sale is low. So this is the time series data. Now the next step is we have to check the stationary, whether the data is stationary or not. As I've said earlier also that the data must be stationary for ARMA model, and for that we can use AD Fuller test. Let's import that first. So from stats models dot tsa dot stat tools, import AD Fuller, and I will save the result of this AD Fuller test in the variable result ADF. I will call this AD Fuller here, and I have to apply this on the column sales. So I will pass here sales, and then let me print result ADF. Now here you will see in the output there are different values, and we have to look at the p value. So p value is the second one, this one. The p value should be less than 0.05, then only it will be stationary, and we can see that this data or the p value is actually less than 0.05. So the data is stationary, and now we can move to the next step. The next step is we have to get the ACF and PACF, that is autocorrelation and partial autocorrelation order for the lag selection. So let's do that, and for that first I'm going to import from stats model dot graphics dot tsa plots, import plot underscore ACF, and then plot underscore PACF. Now I will write here plot ACF, I will call this, and then our sales column. I don't know why today I'm making curly brackets, sales, and then we also have to give lags as equal to 30. So you can give any number here, not mandatory that you have to give 30. I'm giving 30 here because I have this daily data, and I'm thinking 30, a monthly lag of 30 would be fine. Then plt dot show, and you can even read more about this parameter if you want to try different ones. So here it is this lags. For example, if you look at this parameter lag, an integer or array of lag value used on horizontal axis uses this if not provided. So you can even, if it is not provided, you can get the correlation and provide it. Now similarly we also have to, okay, let me first print this. I'll copy this first and then print it. So this will give us the ACF plot autocorrelation, and we can look for cutoffs or decay patterns to select a p value from here, and after 2 we can see that this is cutting off. So because everything remains same after this 2, it's just going down in the same direction, there is no change, so we can select the value of p as 2. Now let's plot PACF. So instead of ACF, I will write here PACF, and then I'll run this. And here also, if you see, so here after this 2 it's going down and it's all decaying after this lag 2. So here also we can select 2, but you can even try to take here 3 as well. It's not necessary that you have to take 2, because this also looks like it is going in this direction and decaying after this 3 number, but I'll take 2 here for now, and if I don't get the good result I can change it to 3. So let's fit our ARIMA model, because we have the parameter P and Q, and D we don't have to pass because we are not doing any differencing here, so it will be 0. Now I'll make first let me import from stats models dot tsa dot arima dot model import ARIMA. So we will be use importing ARIMA model only, and now I will put here, I'll make a variable ARMA underscore model, and then I will call this ARIMA, and inside this I will pass here df of sales, and then order I have to pass. Okay, this bracket is incorrect, let me close this. Yeah, then order is equal to 1 2 0 and 2. So P and Q, this is 2 and 2 differencing, we are not passing here. And then let me close this. I will write here ARMA underscore result, and then I will call this ARMA underscore model dot fit. So we will get the model has been fit, and we can look at the model summary. I can just write ARMA underscore result dot summary. Okay, if you want to print it nicely, just add this print statement before. Yeah, now this is the total number of observation 365, and these two are the criteria, and you can use any one of them, EIC or BIC value. So this should be as low as possible, and for that you can play around with this different parameter. Let's say if you right now it is 2549, and if I make this 3, let's see. It is 2550. It's not making any significant change, and if I put this as 1, yeah, not making significant change. So you can select the lag order of 2 here, or even 1, that is also fine. So this is your evaluation criteria for this time series model. Now we will do the forecast for the, let's say, next 7 days. I will make a variable forecast, and then I will call this ARMA underscore result dot get underscore forecast, and then I want to forecast for the next 7 days, and then I will print this forecast. Or I'll create a mean here. Forecast underscore mean is equal to forecast dot predicted mean. Okay, I'll forecast mean values. So these are the predicted mean for the next 7 days. You can see it's 142 or 141 point something. So these are the forecasted sales for the next 7 days, and we can also get a confidence interval, and for that I can just make a variable confidence underscore interval, and then forecast dot confidence interval, and let me print this confidence interval. So this is the lower sale and the upper sale. It says that for the next 7 days the sale of this coffee will be between this 126 and 157. This is the lower side and this is on the upper side. Now you can even also make a plot of this forecasted value. So you can just write here plt dot plot, or let me write here figure size, plt dot figure, fig size is equal to 10 by 4, and then plt dot plot df of sales, label this is actual values, and then plt dot plot forecast dot, or let me print this mean, and then label is equal to forecasted values, and then I'll also give a color, let's say red, then plt dot show. So this is plt dot plot, and this is the actual one, and this is the forecasted one, the one you see in red color. These are the forecasted value for the next 7 days. So you have learned how to build ARMA model using stats model. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like my video, you can subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.